Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class we were talking about that of the questions which is given in the sample paper. We were discussing the question answer students. Now let us see some more MCQs for term first. Now see here, in the last video we had completed up to question number 16, and now we will going to start with the question number 17. Okay, now see here the question is that the property of the image which is formed by the plane mirror are. Now if we look at the property students, property of the image formed, so it may be virtual, inverted, laterally inverted. Size of the image is equal to that of the object. Now see here, what are the different properties of the plane mirror? We know that yes, it is a virtual, it forms a virtual image. Second one, inverted, no, it is not inverted, but it is formed the image that is erect. Laterally inverted, yes, lateral inversion will be shown by that of the plane mirror, so this is also a correct option. And size of the image is equal to that of the object, that is also correct, that size of the image, even the distance of the image from that of the mirror is equal to the distance of the object from the distance of the object from that of the mirror. Okay, so size of the image is equal to the size of the object, that is also a correct option. Okay, so according to that, option first, option third and fourth is correct. So when you look at the correct option here, B is the correct option. So we can say that here it is the second one, in which first, second and fourth, all the three are the correct options here. A convex lens produces a magnification of +5 where the object should be placed. So magnification is already given here, that is +5. So where the object should be placed, at f and 2f, between f and 2f, at f, or at less than f. So here if we see at question number 18, a convex lens produces a magnification of +5 where the object should be placed. Now according to that, convex lens is there producing a magnification of +5. So magnification is what? It means image which is formed here, it is an enlarged image. So where we will get that the magnification student? Now see here, if the object is kept at 2f, then at 2f the image will also formed at 2f only. Similarly, if we talk about the object is kept between f and 2f, the image will be formed that will be a +1. Yes, see the magnification is +5. It means the image which is formed here, it is what? It is virtual and erect. So if the magnification which is given here is +5, the object, it means the image which is formed here is what? It is virtual and erect. And the possibility of the formation of the image whose magnification is plus, that is virtual and erect, occur only when the object is placed between f and 2f. So according to that, the image which is formed here, it is between f and the object should be placed between f and 2f. Okay, now see here the next one. Ram placed a glass slab on a drawing sheet and marked its boundary PQRS. Then he removed the glass slab and drew a line and angle as shown in the figure. He observed that the path of light through the glass slab, where does the incident and the emergent ray meet in this figure? So question is, he observed that path of a light through the glass slab, where does the incident and the emergent ray meet in this figure? Now see here, okay, you know that in case of a glass slab students, the incident ray is there, then it will get refracted, and finally the ray which comes out from that of the glass slab is the emergent ray. And when we drew a line, as you can see here, when we drew a line, uh, now you know that students that the incident ray is what? When we stretch that of the incident ray, what do we find? That this ray is actually, this is the angle of emergence. So the incident ray which is coming now, it is what? It is parallel to that of the emergent ray, right? So by this we can say that the incident ray and that of the emergent ray, since they are parallel to each other, so we know that any two lines which is parallel to each other will going to meet at a at infinity. So according to that, this will going to meet at a infinity. So the correct option, it will be at infinity. Okay. Now, when an object is placed beyond the center of curvature of a concave mirror, the image formed is. Now you know that when the object is placed beyond C of a concave mirror, the image which will be formed here, it will be between focus and the center of curvature. So when the object is placed beyond C of a concave mirror, the image that will be formed here, it will be between between the image it will be between focus and that of the center of curvature. Yes, even if you see here student, whenever we kept the object also between F and C, image is formed beyond C. So they are what? They are just opposite to each other, and thus when we kept the object beyond C, the image formed between F and C. So here the correct option will be between F and C. Now the next one is, that is, a students obtain a sharp image of the distant window W of the school laboratory on the screen using the concave mirror M to determine its focal length. Which of the following distances should be measured to get? So student obtain a sharp image of the distant window of the school laboratory on the screen as. So here window is given, and this is the screen, and a concave mirror is given. So to obtain the sharp image of a distant window of the focal length of the on the screen using a concave mirror to determine its focal length, which of the following distance should he measure to get the focal length of the concave mirror? Now you see here students, it is the mirror, and the distance which he will going to find out, it will be ms. If the distance from that of the object to that of the mirror, if this will be clear, then it will be quite easy to understand that where we should keep that of the object in order to get the focal length. So this is the answer will be ms. Ms will be the correct option. That first of all we will going to find the distance of that of ms in order to find the focal length. Now see the next question. Question is that a beam of a light is incident through the hole on side A and emerges out of the hole on the other face of the box as shown in the figure. Which of the following could be inside that of the box? So beam of a light is there, it is it incident through the hole on side A and it emerges out of the hole on the other face of the box. So a parallel beam of a rays, you can see that it is coming out through that of it is incident on that of the hole on the side A and it is emerging out of the hole on the other face. So what kind of lens will be there inside it? Concave lens, then rectangular glass slab, then prism will be there, and then convex lens. Now see here, since all the rays which is parallel, which is going inside from that of the hole which is there in the A, emerges out As you can see here that they all are diverging at diverges. So ultimately the lens, it will be not a rectangular glass slab or a prism, but it will be a what? It will be a concave lens where the rays get diverges. Okay, so the correct option, it will be the A only, where the divergence that can be seen in the concave lens here. Now, which of the following statement is true? A convex lens has 4 diopter power having focal length 0.25 meter. A convex lens has minus 4 diopter power having focal length 0.25 meter. A concave lens is there which is having 4 diopter power having focal length 0.25 meter, and a concave lens is having minus 4 diopter power having a focal length of 0.25 meter. So the power is there, student. So a convex lens which is having a 4 diopter power and having a focal length of 0.25 meter will be the correct option, that the power it will be 4 and the focal length it will be 0.25. Now a child is standing in front of a magic mirror and she finds that the image of her head is bigger, middle portion of her body is of same size, and that of the legs are smaller. The following is the order of combination for the magic mirror from the top. So the order of the combination, if we have to find, see here the image of her head is bigger. So her head is what? It is a bigger one. Middle portion of her body is of same size, and that of the legs are the smaller one. So since the head is what? It is a bigger, and you know that the enlarged image is formed when it is real and inverted especially, and this will be done by that of the concave mirror. The middle portion is of the same size, so obviously that will be a plane mirror where the size of the object is equals to the size of the image formed, and that of the legs, it seems smaller, the image is smaller, so it will be the convex mirror where the image of the size will be smaller. So we can say here that this is the third one, C1, where the concave, plane and convex is the correct option. Now so here the option, it will be the third one, that it is the concave, plane and the convex. Now let us move on and see questions from section B. Now first question is that which of these has pH which is less than 7? Now see here, sodium bicarbonate, it is a strong base, it is a base. Calcium carbonate and magnesium acetate is also having a good pH, more than that of the 7. It is the copper sulfate whose pH is what? It is less as compared to the less to that of the 7. Okay, so the option, it will be the first one, and that is copper sulfate. Okay, so copper sulfate will be the correct option. Now see here question number 26. So here, if a few drop of a concentrated acid accidentally spill over the hand of a student, what should be done? Now see here, if an drop of a concentrated acid is there and it will accidentally spill over the hand of a student, so first one, wash the hand with saline solution. No. Wash the hand immediately with plenty of water and apply a paste of a sodium hydrogen carbonate. Yes, this is the correct option, students. So if the concentrated acid spill over the hand of the students, so we must wash the hand immediately of that of the student with a plenty of water, and then we will going to apply a paste of a sodium hydrogen carbonate on the on the place where the concentrated acid falls. Okay. Third one is also given here, that after washing with plenty of water, apply solution of a sodium hydroxide. No, sodium hydroxide is a strong base, so instead of that we will going to prefer the weak base, because it is also causes the skin burn. And utilize the acid with a strong alkali. Again the same thing, strong alkali, sodium hydroxide is also a strong alkali. So the answer, it will be the second one, in which wash the hand immediately with plenty of water and apply a paste of a sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now let us move on and see the next question. Question is that which of the following are the exothermic process? Now see here, the exothermic reaction is what? In which heat is evolved. That is called an exothermic process. So in a reaction, when the heat is absorbed, that is an endothermic process, and when the heat is evolved, that is called as an exothermic process. So the first one is given, that is reaction of water with quicklime, then dilution of an acid, evaporation of water, sublimation of camphor or crystal. Now see here, reaction of water with quicklime, this will what? Yes, it will going to produce a lot of okay. So water with quicklime, the reaction of water with quicklime is what? It is an exothermic process. Again, it means there is a evolution of a heat occur in this reaction. Second one is the dilution of an acid. Yes, even you know that for making a concentrated acid, a dilute acid, we used to add the water. We used to add the acid into the water, and this will involve a release of a good amount of a heat energy. So this is also what as an exothermic process. Then the third one is evaporation of water. So yes, but see, in case of evaporation of water, water first of all used to absorb a good amount of a heat, so we can say that this is not an exothermic process. And the fourth one is the sublimation of camphor. In case of a sublimation of camphor, it used to take all the heat which is present in the surrounding and ultimately get converted into the gas. So out of the given four, the first and the second one is what? It is an exothermic process. So the correct option, it will be A and B. Now here question number 28 is given. Reaction between X and Y forms a compound Z. X loses electron. Now X loses electron, so X become positively charged, and Y gains electron, so Y become negatively charged. Okay, so this both of them, X plus Y, this will gives a compound that is Z. X becomes positively charged, Y become negatively charged, because one is losing electron, one is gaining electron. So out of the given, which of the following will be shown by Z? Obviously this is the kind of a compound which we called as an ionic compound, because in case of a ionic compound, the two ions, they combine together to form this compound. So the bonding between them is what? Electrostatic bonding. Now see here, which of the following property is not shown by Z? Has high melting point, has low melting point, conduct electricity in molten state, occurs as solid. So which is not shown by the Z? Has high melting point. Yes, you know that the ionic compound, they are having the high melting point. So the first one is the correct option, it is the right one. Second one, it has the low melting point. No, this is not the correct one. That ionic compound, they are having the high melting point, not the low melting point. Conduct electricity in molten state, that is also correct. All the ionic compound, they used to conduct the electricity in molten state. Occurs as solid. So yes, this is also a, normally they used to occur in solid form. When they are mixed into the water or into the liquid, then in the molten state, then they use to conduct electricity. So here the option in which the property is not shown by the Z is second one, that it is has the low melting point. Ionic compound used to show the high melting point, not the low melting point. Now see here, the next one is, that is, increase in the OH ion concentration leads to an increase in the pH of solution, a decrease in the pH of the solution, doesn't alter the pH of the solution, decreases the basic strength of the solution. So if the number of hydroxide ion concentration increases, what it will leads to? Basically, the hydroxide ion concentration, more will be the hydroxide ion, more will be the solution basic in nature. So what will be the pH? pH will going to increase, because you know that in case of the base, the pH is what? It is more than that of the 7. So if more hydroxide ion concentration will be there, the solution will be more basic in nature, and ultimately we will say that if we check it with the help of the pH, we will find that the pH of the given solution will be higher. Okay, so there will be an increase in the pH of a solution. One of the constituent of baking powder is sodium hydrogen carbonate. So the other constituent is, now you see here students, that baking soda we can prepare in laboratory, and we use the baking powder in making that of the cake. So what is the use? It is the help in removing that of the help in removing the taste, bitter taste, which is because of the presence of baking soda. And yes, this will also makes the cake very fluffy. Okay, so it will make the cake edible. Now the baking powder is made up of that we call as a baking powder, and it is made up of a baking soda, and the other is an acid which is also added in order to change the baking soda or sodium hydrogen carbonate into baking powder. So the correct option, it will be the tartaric acid. It is the tartaric acid which used to convert the baking soda into baking powder, tartaric acid. Now see here, the acid must, now it is the questions from assertion and reason. So acid must always be added to water with constant stirring. So acid must be added to the water, that is the correct one, because you know that if water will be added to the acid, that will produces a huge amount of energy, heat energy. Reason, mixing of an acid with water decreases the concentration of H positive ion per unit volume. Yes, both of them are the correct one, because when we mix that of the acid with the water, the concentration of the hydrogen ion will going to decreases, and it is because of that only we used to measure that, we used to add the water to that acid. Okay, so the option here, it will be the A one, where both of them are the correct, and B is the correct explanation of the A. Now the second one, question number 32. Assertion, copper is heated with oxygen present in air and forms a black color substance on its surface. Black color substance on copper sulfate is formed due to reduction of copper into copper oxide. So assertion is given that copper is heated with the oxygen which is present in the air and form a black color substance. And this black color substance on the copper sulfate, it is formed due to the reduction of the copper to that of the copper oxide. Yes, that is also a correct one, in which the assertion and the reason both are correct, and assertion reason is the correct explanation. Now the next one is, turgor pressure is the positive pressure that developed in the plant due to entry of water. During growth of cell, the turgor pressure is responsible for enlargement and extension. So basically turgor pressure is what? It is the pressure that develop in the plant cell, and it occurs because of the entry of the water. And the reason is that during growth of the cell, the turgor pressure is responsible for enlargement and extension. So basically the growth of the cell, turgor pressure is somehow responsible for it. So we will say that it is what? It is the option B, where both of them are correct, but B is not the correct explanation of the first one. Okay.